All right, so we're in the page template here, and just a quick walkthrough on how pages work in AttractWell. You'll see that each section here has this little navigation here. And we scroll down, you can see there's another section here, and this one has this here. So if you go through it, you might notice that some of the sections are replicated. For example, this one versus this one. So this one are for different devices. So on this one, these are turned off on phones and tablets, but it's meant for big screens. And this one is meant for the small screens and is turned off on the big screens. So you'll see that sometimes in AttractWell or Get Oiling, if something's not looking right on one kind of screen, you can create a version of that section that's only for that type of device. Okay, so that's why you're seeing some of these sections replicated in here. So we're going to go through this section by section and just sort of walk you through how you'd be inserting those different elements that you have pulled from Canva. So on this main section here, I'm going to hit the little pencil to change the background image. So we just hit change background image. Now you can hit none if you want to move it to a solid color. You can hit video and put a video in there, or you can upload a new picture by using this plus symbol, and we'll just pull in that computer one that I grabbed. There it is. And then we hit the little plus on it and it inserts it in there. Okay, now it looks a bit weird. You can play around with the sizing on it, but also you can change if it's centered up and down like that, depending on where you want the picture to be kind of situated in this space. And then on this, with the logo here, I'm going to just click on that picture and click on it again and hit replace and then drop image, and I can pull in that logo there. And again, you could put in anything that you wanted here, but that's just the basics of how that works. Now for this button here, to change the button, change what it says, I should say, you can click on it, hit edit link. You can choose this little drop down to pick another page in your AttractWell, or you can paste in any link you want. Just make sure you delete this little hashtag. If you're doing a pop-up on this page, you want it to be hashtag lead. So it would look like that if you're creating a pop-up for like a freebie or contact form or something. And then this is what the button says, okay? If you want to change the color on this button, you can grab the little magic wand and just click on it. And you can see up here that you can select the color. If you've put your custom colors into your system, you should see them listed here. So you could just grab one of those. You can also click on this color here and grab the color picker and hover over what you want the color to be. Now they match, right? So there's a few different ways you can do that. Then down here, we're going to replace these images here. So I'm just going to click on each one and hit replace and then grab those three graphics. We'll grab them from here. There we go. So grab that one, insert. If you use the replace button, it will put it in the same size that it originally was, which is nice. So you just click on this, hit replace, and grab the next one. And click this, hit replace, and grab the next one. So now the buttons on these kind of blend in. So maybe I want to adjust those button colors. So I could select the button and make it something that's going to pop a bit more. It stands out a bit more, maybe something that's more contrasting, depending on your colors. Maybe something like a gray for this one. And then you can make them match just by clicking and grabbing the color picker and going boop, and then they match. So then you would do the same thing for this section here. And then down here, I can replace this picture with this lady here with this one and get my picture in there. And to edit the copy on your site, again, it's fairly straightforward. You just select the box and you can change the fonts. So I don't know how it ended up being this sort of Comic Sans type font on that, but you could change all of this in terms of which font it was and the size. And again, the button there. And then you would replicate that over here because this is for the mobile version. And then on this section here, this would be great for a mission statement, a quote, a testimonial, whatever you want it to be. So maybe you're going to change the background color on this to match. I kind of want it to be maybe like the blue up here. Okay, and then I might make this font white then so it pops a bit more. So you can write in what you want there. And here's your freebie. So let's grab that freebie graphic that we made. In terms of setting up a freebie, if it's a PDF, you want to be uploading that PDF to the files section of your system and then creating a campaign. You can insert the file into the campaign so that that's the campaign that delivers your freebie, so the email that delivers your freebie. And then once you've done that, if you want to make this a pop-up, you would just edit this button, make it #lead, and change this to like get my free guide. Get my free guide. And in the page settings here, under leads, what you want to do is make sure it says lead capture form shows in a pop-up instead of on the page. Now on this page template, we have it built in to have a contact form. So if you switch this to a pop-up, you're not going to have the contact form anymore. So you have to choose between one or the other. If you want to have both the freebie on this page and the contact form, leave the setup is on the page and create a landing page instead for your freebie. And you'll just be linking to that landing page in this button here. All right, and I have other videos on how to set up a freebie funnel and all of that, so you can go see those if you want as well. But that's how that works. And then I can adjust this button color to match the other button colors, like that. And so you're just moving through it and kind of adjusting everything to be kind of matchy-matchy. In this instance, I'm just going to do this. And then these are testimonials. So the box itself isn't a graphic. The box itself is built in. So that's actually part of the section. But you can replace these pictures and the testimonials by clicking on them. And then the background, you can then make it your brand colors if you want. And then these backgrounds here, we could make those like a light gray, something more like that, and just make them match. So you go through and you make it the colors that you want it to be. That did not match at all, did it? Let's try that again. I'll have to play with that to make them a bit more the same. The color picker did not put them in there. Okay, so now those are lined up a bit better. So then you're going to go down and again replace these. If these are for your blog, you can either link to specific posts here, or if you want a blog feed that stays updated, what you can do is take this section out and put in, if you click this little plus, you can add in a blog section. So if you go recent blog posts, put in one of these and it will automatically pull in your most recent blog posts if you want it to stay up to date. So this section is really, if there's 3 blog posts you want to feature all the time, then you would link those posts directly in here and they would always be the same 3. So you have to decide how you want that to work. The form here, you need to change the background on the form. So I'm going to make it white, and then the footer for this page, I'm going to make that the blue that I've been using just to keep it simple. And if we hit save and view on this page, you can see that it's starting to move through pretty good with my colors. This background color I think needs to be changed. Doing all right. It needs a little bit of tweaking. I think I'd adjust some of the animations on it. So if you wanted to adjust animations, you use the magic wand up here. And I noticed that these 2 are not moving, but this one is. I don't know why it's darker color now. So this one is not set to animate and this one's not set to animate. If I use the magic wand and click on this, you can go up here to animation and I can hit fade in. I don't want bounce. I want fade in up. And maybe I'll make this one fade in up. And that should adjust them. There we go. So now all 3 fade in up. And I can tweak this background. I want it to be white. Let's try that again. That looks much better. And then you have your about section here. That's going good. And this looks okay. These I might animate these or make them smaller. And some other things to note if you're adding in sections here. You can now add in, for example, a carousel. If you just go to interactive, if you'd like your testimonials to be on a carousel so they rotate through, you can add that instead. You can also add an accordion folder for FAQs and things like that, and a countdown timer if you're doing a live event like a masterclass or something like that. You could add all of those in to adjust the page as needed. Once the page is ready to go, go into your settings here. Make sure that you put a good title bar text on it that's going to be, have keywords in it and things that are going to be helpful for your SEO. The link path is what shows up after yourdomain.com, so you can adjust that. And if go to the page tab, add a sharing image here. A sharing description is going to show up if you share this page on social. And search engine description, basically write something in here that not only makes people want to click on it, but includes keywords that somebody might be typing into Google to find your page so that you show up on the search engines. So fill those 3 out before you're done. And if this is going to be your home page, at the top here, there's a little drop down arrow and you can hit make this my site's homepage, and then you're up and running. All right. I hope that this was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions at hello@pamelazahn.com.